What's the weirdest excuse you've heard for skipping work? One time at 1 a.m. I went to the bathroom to drop the kids at the pool and somehow my door got jammed and locked. I lived alone but I was with my phone luckily. The door was really heavy and couldn't break it, so at some point I just took the toilettes, the dirty laundry, and slept on the floor. One of the worst nights I ever had. At the next day the locksmith I called told me he was late, so I had to wait until 11 a.m. for him to open both doors. I spent 40 minutes at night preparing the message for my boss saying that I was gonna go late because my dumb ass got stuck in the bathroom. Had a guy call in because he watched Ex Machina the night before and was too disturbed to come into work. I wish I could say I was making this up. My dog had diarrhea on the floor and I slipped in it and hit my head and think I have a concussion. Had a coworker come an hour late because there was a flood and this woman was stranded in her car in the middle of the road. No one else was helping her, so I waded through high water to help her get out of her car. I waited with her for the fire department to come, then came into the office. This coworker was about 5 feet 2 inches and skinny. She also lived 20 minutes farther up than I did, but apart from that we took the same way to work every day. She was an hour late and her clothes were dry. I encountered no flood on my commute. Seemed suspicious, but what do I know? Back in middle school, one of the teachers was late to the school, along with one of the students. The teacher's car had slid off the road into the ditch, lots of snow. The kid happened to live nearby and noticed the teacher's car when walking to the bus stop. The kid went back home, took their tractor and towed the teacher's car out from the ditch. Didn't show up to work one day, so boss called me to see what was going on. A nurse answered a call from boss and informed him I had been placed in a mental health ward until further notice. Spent 7 weeks, was awful, 2 tenths as my fellow brain jail inmates were excellent entertainment. I had an employee who was very adept at playing the game of missing work. One morning she called in to say that she could not come in because she was traumatized by seeing a dead cat beside the road as she was driving in that morning. What she didn't know was that I, as her new boss of only 3 weeks, had already compiled extensive documentation of her bullshit and I was able to fire her. I worked at UPS as a part-time supervisor for a while. One day called in sick, and the boss says no, part-time supervisors don't get sick days, get your to work. My response, listen Doug, I'm water, I could get through a screen door and it would still look clean. I'm not coming to work tonight. If you tell me to come in and I have to, I'm going to get on your desk. Response, see you tomorrow.